Hey guys, what's up? It's Big Thomas. Today back here with Nostalgia Critic. I know, I'm not doing the Flash yet, but today we got the Lawnmower Man. It's a Stephen King-esque story. And before you ask, no, I don't have the... I just had to make sure. So, let's check out the Lawnmower Man. Might as well see what's going on, you know? So be sure to subscribe for more. Hope you enjoy. Let's check it out.
This episode brought to you by DoorDash, the app that brings you food you're craving right now, right to your door. Also brought to you by DraftKings, the official daily fantasy partner of the NFL.
Here we go.
Trick or treat, trick or treat,
Trick or treat, nostalgia weed.
when pumpkins fly and haunt your life.
Oh, cameo.
Your little home turns green.
I agree.
Your little place turns green.
This is bullshit.
This little fence now
What?
green. And boom,
Play characteristics?
every fly has something knows. And all it takes is one itty bitty mistake. Look out, they'll haunt you too. Trick or treat, trick or treat, trick or treat, nostalgia weed. When ghosts come knocking at your door, badly written jokes and more. You better hope they won't be mean on nostalgia weed.
Here we go.
Let's see. One bashing of Christianity,
Uh-huh.
psychic powers,
Got it.
a lovable scamp who's intellectually disabled.
I'm gonna kill you in your sleep.
What?
Yikes.
I'm going to fill you in.
Yeah, I heard
Oh,
you.
great. Fill me in on what?
I don't know. It sounded like what I actually said.
Oh, wait a minute. I got someone on the airline. Hello?
Yep.
I'm sorry, Critic, but what am I picking up again?
I'm putting in an order of Stephen King cliches for the review today.
But doesn't Stephen King provide his own cliches?
Well, it's not 100% his movie this time.
What?
How so?
Why are you...
Hold on, let me put you on hold. Still
Again?
there?
Nope.
Well, let me know when you are. Malcolm?
Still confused.
So the movie today is technically based on a Stephen King story, but it had so little to do with it, he sued to get his name taken off of it.
Wow, this was the movie that Stephen King wanted his name off of.
I know, right? He actually can be embarrassed by something.
So it has nothing to do with Stephen King.
Well, that's what's so weird. Despite having nothing to do with the Stephen King story, they still loaded it up with Stephen King cliches.
No kidding.
Yeah, so I'm purchasing my own for this review. Here, give me a second. Still there?
Trying not to be.
Okay, just broken marriage, spunky kid, and abusive parents, and I think we're good.
Oh, would you like an alcohol addiction for no extra charge?
No, I work on YouTube. I see that enough.
All right.
Sure.
Well, your order's gonna be ready in 5.
The audience doesn't care.
Harsh.
I left prison for this.
Okay, Malcolm, go pick them up.
Wait, what name is it gonna be under?
Lawnmower Man. Is your radio on?
Oh, sorry.
Oh.
It's Stephen King time! Kinda!
Look at it. Kinda. Here we go.
If you remember this movie when it came out in 1992, you might remember seeing Stephen King's name all over it.
See?
But the fact is, his short story about a lawnmower that drives on its own and kills someone doesn't seem to connect much. The movie was originally based on a script called Cyber God, and threw in one character's name, one moment of the lawnmower driving itself and killing someone, and that's it. King came out saying,
I ain't taking the rap on this, not my fault.
and sued to have his name taken off the theatrical release, only to sue again to have his name taken off the VHS release as well.
Wow.
Pretty sneaky,
Double.
sis.
With that said, it is strange they didn't make the film more like Stephen King's story, as it has several Stephen King tropes riddled throughout the film. So this is definitely a first, a Stephen King story not based on a Stephen King story trying to be a Stephen King story when all it had to do was follow the Stephen King story. It's bizarre to say the least, and definitely worth looking over.
This is gonna be
So with my
freaking weird.
cliches in the process of being delivered to me,
Critic, can I pick up some Daria cliches while I'm there? I want to eat a ton of pizza and not gain any weight.
hey, it's your birthday, so no.
So no.
It's not my birthday, so that's somehow even more insulting.
Ouch.
Take a look at Lawnmower Man. The film opens.
Well, this is gonna be weird. The fact that Stephen King got to sue twice to get his name off this thing, like, that's gonna be saying, like, could be saying how bad it is, or either he's just mad that, you know, it's not based on his story, which I did look up a while back, and I think it had something to do with the god Pan. Not kidding. God nature from Greek mythology. I think. Was Pan Greek or Roman? I don't know. But yeah. I mean, I guess with the whole, this story still saying virtual reality became a widespread use, which, not yet though. I mean, we got the VR headset over there. I haven't touched it in a while, but yeah. I mean, the fact that Stephen King was like, get my name off this thing, please. That's bad. I'm just saying. Well, let's see if it's that bad, or he's just upset it didn't really borrow from his story. Let's check it out.
Opens with text about virtual reality, its pros and cons. Mind
control?
Really? So that's why they've been pushing the new Clockwork Oculus. At Virtual Space Industries, which judging by the design looks like a division of Mwahaha Incorporated.
Pretty much.
The monkey's being given virtual reality, goes insane, and starts killing people.
Oh, jeez.
Sure this isn't from the same guy who directed Maximum Overdrive?
I wouldn't be surprised.
This intro's phenomenal. It opens with Caesar breaking out of Nim, grabbing a gun, and shooting guards. It's so great, this is literally the first enemy you fight in the Super Nintendo game. God, I love the early 90s. It's still practically the 80s.
Pretty much.
I swear this whole scene exists just to give more credibility to the Killer Monkey episode of Frasier. And yeah, while we're at it, let's count the Stephen King tropes that are and aren't Stephen King tropes.
Not my fault.
As they take down Lancelot Link, the credits roll, and we cut to Dr. Angelo, played by Pierce Brosnan.
Hey, Angel.
Trying to sleep, Larry.
I had a bad nightmare.
And I got the Remington feels.
Smoker. Oh.
Sucks to be them. Anyway, back to sex.
Yeah. Oh,
Larry, your chimp's dead.
what?
Huh?
All great movies need to
Your
begin
chimp's
with,
dead.
your
What?
chimp is dead. Dunstan checks in would have been amazing if that was the first line. Angelo, of course, works at Virtual Space Industries, who is trying to make the monkey smarter through his virtual reality, but now finds it's being put on hold.
Why don't you take a hiatus and we'll restructure around here?
Don't worry, we'll finish installing
AKA,
the
you're fired.
bulbs for virtual reality reasons.
Joe!
Morning.
Introduced to Joe, played by Trey Parker, Jeff Fahey, who's intellectually disabled
Not my fault.
and spends most of his time mowing people's lawns. He doesn't get along with his co-worker, though, a bully named Jake.
Not my fault.
3.
That's dangerous. He's smoking, Terry. Shut the fuck up and fill up your gas tank.
There you go.
So sadly, Jeff Fahey's performance is not exactly the best
Spot on.
in this. Well, at least for the first half.
Good.
I'll give credit, it doesn't come across as cynical or manipulative. I never got the impression he was doing an Oscar-bation performance like other actors. But not for a second did I ever believe this dude had a mental disability.
Hi, Joe.
Hi, Miss Parquette.
That looks like a gun.
Looks like you're working hard. Yeah, I'm a real hard worker. Yeah!
Hey, you did it. Very good.
Now, this can still work
Are
in
we sure
something
he wasn't
like The
channeling
Stand.
Jim Carrey there?
I never believed Bill Fagerbaki had a disability either, but he was given time to show his sincerity as a character. We knew his likes, dislikes, and identified enough of them. This
Sorry,
movie
stop.
was trimmed down so much, all we got was the bare minimum. If it isn't absolutely essential to the story, it's cut out. Which means
Really?
Job never feels like a fully developed character, so we have a hard time sympathizing with him. Thankfully, other
wonder why
weird
they
shit
cut
fills
it.
that gap, though. Like Dean Norris as the director of Virtual Space.
Angelo's like all brilliant types, erratic. But we tolerate them here at the shop as long as they perform.
His whole performance is spoken with his lips half a centimeter open and his webcam half a foot away.
He took out 2 of my men in a way I've never seen before.
Why does Hank Schrader think he's Marlon Brando from Superman?
Precisely why we feel it's time for you to begin guiding his efforts.
Specific charges listed herein against the individual.
We want to know what effect it will have
He does
on
have the
humans.
most.
A chance for life, nonetheless.
Dr. Angelo continues to test his virtual reality in his sex swing, but his wife fears he's loving it more than her.
Falling, floating, and flying. So what's next? Fucking?
Next, that was phase 1.
Sounds right.
Their
be
interactions
surprised.
might be the most obvious of the film's trimmings, as several different attitudes seem to collide in a matter of seconds.
What are you so pissed off about?
You said you were gonna take me to the city this weekend.
Okay.
It's a reality, not this artificial reality.
They straight up edit her out when she exits the movie in this painfully obvious ADR line.
Wait, really?
Goodbye, Larry.
What a story, Mark.
And before you say anything,
Boring?
yeah, I see it too.
I was born dumb.
I ain't got a good brain.
It's 3D, too.
Where are the glasses?
Glasses.
I'll see you tonight when I go to bed in my head movies.
I still live in a world where riding the bus with my sister is a thing, so I can't be that mad. Hall of Fame? Really?
Yeah, what are you gonna do? Hallmark's kind of... I don't even know why they put it in the Hall of Fame. And I don't even watch Hallmark movies. Sometimes they just have the weirdest premises, you know? Well, you always know the story. They don't love each other, then fall in love and marry. Right? I don't know. Anyway.
After Angelo pours himself an Irish breakfast, we see his neighbor Peter getting beaten by his dad.
Not my fault.
There you go.
DCFS should really know about this. Not that anybody around here would notify them. People in this town. Speaking of fatherly beatings, Job works for a man named Terry, whose brother is an abusive priest.
Not my fault.
5. Hey!
Jesus, I'm starting to think this is more of a Stephen King story than the actual Stephen King story. Christ, is his hand always glued to alcohol?
Not my fault.
Get 6.
I
There
have
we
a
go.
game in my house that you might like to play. Would you like that?
Angelo finally gets the idea to use his mind-altering virtual reality on Job.
Why the...
You know, if you want to advance his brain, you have to star him on the second season of Reboot.
Pretty close to Reboot, I gotta say.
Or not, these games are slowly making him more intelligent. I mean, I don't know, this game looks hard as hell. If you can get through even 1 minute of it, that's longer than me.
No kidding.
I have different games. I even have one that could help make you smarter.
I already made an Oculus joke, right? Because I have a
I think so.
good one ready to go. Oh, okay.
Yeah, you already did that.
The experiments are working as he becomes more and more intelligent. And they also seem to come with a personal trainer. Jesus, this guy's shredded! Does that
Yeah, what the
lawnmower weigh
heck?
the same as the wheel Conan pushed?
Why are you standing there half naked exposing yourself? What sort of perverted behavior is this?
It's the early 90s. He doesn't know why a priest asking that is funny yet.
Yeah.
He finds himself standing up to the priest, and seriously, did the makers of Quake design this office?
I can't believe you went ahead and did this, Larry. It works with a human subject. It's incredible work, Larry.
Super illegal, but incredible work. So of course, corporately, we're behind it.
Illegal.
A young lady named Maureen, played by Jenny Wright, pulls into the gas station and express interest in getting the job done. Hey, don't look at me. She makes even more jokes like that.
Well, I'm looking forward to having my lawn mowed soon.
Perhaps your long, hard blade might collide with my frizzly, bushy hedge, and we can make sweet, steamy mulch together. Dirty hoe! Okay, that's enough for now.
Yeah, stop.
He is angry, though, because he called dibs. Hey, maybe if you did your Megan Fox impression, you'd get some, too.
Ooh.
Back off, man. I defeated a priest! Angelo thinks it's time to take Job to the lab to subject him to even more advanced technology.
Synaptic reaction positive.
I didn't even know this room existed.
Change brainwave parameters.
I guess this is as good a time as any to talk about the CG. Yes,
weird.
it's clearly dated, but it is still creative. It wasn't exactly mind-blowing as it came out in between Terminator 2 and Jurassic Park, but they don't just let the fact that it's CG be the only draw. This imagery is really surreal and inventive. They clearly had a designer come in and lay this all out, as opposed to just tell someone generate a person flying and that'll be enough. And when you compare it to how, not the best, but let's face it, a lot of virtual reality is today, I do buy that for a lab this size in 1992, this is probably what it would look like. Oh, wait, sorry, I almost interrupted the psychic trope.
Not my fault.
7.
Psychic schmeikic, who couldn't read what she was thinking in that moment? We partake.
No kid. I mean, I'll be real. The whole psychic angle, like, sheesh. Like, are they just doing brain operations while they're in VR? Like, I wouldn't be surprised if it was just like poking around back there. Okay. Oh. Yeah, the VR did it. I can only imagine. Man. I mean, then again, the physical trainer thing, would be surprised, because if I'm in there, there's a lot of movement you go through in VR. Anyway.
Take taken a love scene right out of an awkward romance novel, which makes sense. He literally looks like an awkward romance novel.
Not by
As his
Stephen
mental
King.
abilities get so strong, he can even move objects.
I can read your mind. You have strange fantasies. Come with me.
I thought I just did. To the Riddler's lair!
Away!
They get dressed up as Toonami mascots and enter Quest World, but his thoughts go too dark and he turns into a Spy Kids 3D monster.
Honey, I didn't mean to hurt you.
Unless you were into that. Were you into that?
Guess not.
The read the room part of my brain hasn't opened up yet.
Yeah, I'll be real. Not good. Also, didn't the last, test subject he had, gone cuckoo bananas? I mean, I know it was a chimp, but come on. Had to go there. You'd think they would have studied that part before you read it a test again, Sheesh. I think, like I said, if my test was making people go, aggressive bananas, I think I'm gonna test it to see, okay, what's causing it? Oh. Yeah, not good. Just saying. Science, you gotta check to see what's causing the variable. Well, anyway, moving along. Let's keep going.
The lab is convinced Angelo's work is worth taking to Washington, but he believes there's still too many uncertain factors.
I have to resolve some problems before presenting my work. This is premature. I'm not ready.
You're ready enough.
Now
Ready.
please unglue me from my seat. Just because I don't have hair doesn't mean it doesn't hurt. Job shows off not only more of his intelligence, but also his telepathy. And these moments are clearly more in this actor's wheelhouse.
We haven't been tapping into new areas of the brain. We've just been awakening the most ancient.
While I don't think he sells the wide-eyed innocent, he is 100% convincing as the sudden genius with a god complex. Not
Yeah,
just
that does
convincing,
sound about
but
right.
intimidating.
You realize, Dr. Angelo, that my intelligence has surpassed yours.
I was terrified of him.
Dude, I'm not even in your movie, and I'm terrified of him.
You're no kid.
Job
I'd be
gives
like-
himself several more doses, becoming even more powerful, while Angelo discusses the wrong direction this is all going.
The concept of dirty money went out when the Catholic Church got into banking about 300 years ago. It's all dirty money.
No one even mentioned the church. This writer might actually hate religion more than King. He at least wrote
dirty money.
one pro-church book, and it was appropriately the size of the Bible.
True.
Shit.
Angelo finds men are sent to abduct him and Job, so he gives him a facial and then punches him.
Mr. Angelo, you forgot your messages.
Oh no, being dressed as the most
shit.
conspicuous
What?
man in the room didn't help either. Meanwhile, Job has become more powerful than any human being, and he takes out his revenge on those who wronged him.
Not my fault.
Yep, 8.
Devil's taking you.
The power of Tron compels you!
Oh, wow.
Did I say some of these effects are dated? I
Yeah,
apologize,
these are
Joe,
very
minutes ago.
dated.
Some of these effects are awful. You look like how Food Fight would animate Pop Rocks in soda.
What are you doing here?
He continues to get his revenge on the gas attendant he works with.
Go trick-or-treating or something.
Serve yourself, motherfucker.
Don't hurt me. Please.
Don't say the imagery in this is boring.
My God.
This is like if the scary godmother was farted out by the Langoliers. I'm delightfully
Wouldn't be surprised
horrified,
if
but
it
not
actually
for the
was
reasons I
accurate.
think they're intending.
Stop taking a side, Carla. You're treating him like a little girl.
Afterwards, we see Peter's father is once again abusing him.
I'm so sorry, Peter.
Would you like an apple? It's bruised like you.
Bro.
Let's hit that minimum 2 things from the original to make it an adaptation quota. I know it's from the original, but even if it wasn't, this would still count as a Stephen King trope.
Not my fault.
Hell of a thing.
The next day, the cops are kinda on the scene. I mean, they're physically there, but they act like they're investigating a house being TP'd rather than a horrific slaughter.
Now, the lab boys tell me that somebody chased Parquet through the house with a power lawnmower. I would have thought that would have made some kind of a racket.
What do you think of this letter? We got your wife, here's her toes, pay us if you want her to keep her fingers? Pfft, kindergartners.
Where's the rest of them? Bird bath.
Did you say the bird bath?
Bird bath.
Job uses his mental powers to have them give up the case, but the way they were talking, it sounded like
they
it
were
was
on
gonna
their
go
way
that
anyway.
direction anyway.
Somebody torched poor old Father McKean. Weird human spontaneous combustion thing that, that really happens sometimes.
You hear about this base motel where a woman stabbed herself repeatedly in the shower? No wonder she crashed her car in the tar pits. These two seem more broken up than I thought they would be.
I miss his fist of rage.
Honestly, I would think I got it over.
Virtual reality is the bridge to a new utopia, and he'll be the one to lead the way.
I'm going to help all of you cleanse this diseased planet. Virtual reality will grow. It will be everywhere.
Beat Saber is life. Beat Saber is life! He says he's going to upload himself to Virtual Labs mainframe and become pure energy. I love that when Angelo says he has a Christ complex, he actually likes the sound of it.
The first sign of psychosis is a Christ complex.
Cyber Christ.
We all love Cyber Christ! He restrains Angelo and axes the henchmen who are coming to his house to take him. It's at this moment I realized Lawnmower Man might have been a good slasher franchise. Yes, again, the effects are corny, but there is a variety of creative ways to digitally kill people. At least in this idea. I'm being Dippin' Dots to death! It'll still never be the ice cream of the future!
And once I'm inside the mainframe...
Actually, cyber-esque slasher. I can actually see that being a franchise, yeah. I mean, just get some good effects and you're good to go. I mean, this is as close as we're gonna get, but I'm kind of curious to see how it would go. Like, would it start from, like, webcams to, like, the Oculus back there? I'm not even sure how that would work. I think that's the big question, making it believable, right? I don't know. What do you guys think? If you had to make like a cyber-based like slasher, what do you guys think? Let me know. Let's keep going.
I'm eventually inhabiting the entire planetary network. By the year 2001, there won't be a person on this planet who isn't hooked into it.
Dude, just have hashtags,
sure it
emojis,
wasn't
and
the
the ability
Matrix?
to complain, and people will do it willingly. I once again have to apologize for a moment ago when I said these were bad effects. These are bad effects.
The fuck? Are you sure this? I was expecting one of them to scream like, "We are Nintendo."
Birdemic. Jesus, they must have used an entire RAM on this scene. It crashed 4 times when they exported it as a GIF file.
I have to go now, Terry.
Well, okay, Job.
Job manipulates Terry to drive him, but one of the guards shoots him down, resulting in one of my favorite underreactions of the movie. Rude.
Ow. Good night.
He gets his last revenge by killing people through Wonka vision, but Peter and his mother help Angelo escape, and they try to stop Job from transferring his body into the mainframe, which causes him to deflate like a fucking cartoon. Didn't Judge Doom use that to pass as human?
Pretty much.
The CG gets pretty fun again when he becomes fully digital and tries to hack the system to get into the databases.
You did this! You cut the network connections, but I'll find a way out.
Again, it looks and moves cheap, but his design is very memorable, and the way they visually show him trying to break the code is pretty clever.
What are you hiding?
Angelo tries to stop him, but it looks like bombs are set to blow the place up, and Peter is trapped inside as well.
Peter is here.
Save him.
Joe, come back with me.
Hurry! Before I N64 myself into Vincent D'Onofrio.
Too late.
Get down, Critic, quick!
Look out! The model's gonna blow!
You mean it'll explode?
No, it'll just blow. We oddly spent all our money on this rusting, deflated Job tent.
July 10th. I won't let Job's death be for nothing.
It'll give me an excuse to drink even harder. It's 5 a.m. somewhere.
I'm taking my work underground. If we can somehow embrace our wisdom, this technology will free the mind of man.
Or I don't know.
As he lights it on fire.
Dumb Rick and Morty game or something. But all the phones of the world start ringing, which was Job's sign if he ever made it through.
Well, he's in. Kind of ironic, my phone just...
Do you need your lawn mowed?
And that was Lawnmower Man, Stephen King's best non-Stephen King story. Sadly, the film is not very good. but it
I
is
guess
still
it's
very
not like an
interesting.
age well kind of
Not
deal.
just for the creativity of the effects, which, like I said, are dated, but still fascinating to watch, but also for half the performances. No, not like half the people are good and half aren't. No. I mean, half of the movie, a performance can be good, and the other half, it can be pretty silly. I will say, if you want another interesting watch, you may want to check out the director's cut. It gives the characters a lot more time to breathe, and many of them are given much more satisfactory arcs. It's still hard for me to say it's good, and it is almost a whopping 2.5 hours long, but I will admit, it is better, and gives a more decent idea of what the original intent was. As is, Lawnmower Man is definitely a mess, but it has elements of good ideas in it. And it is just so bizarre that a film so loosely connected to a Stephen King story has so many Stephen King calling cards. It's by no means a movie I love, but I can't bring myself to say I hate it either. When you get a chance, give it a watch and see if this virtual mess has any redeeming features, or if it's just a lost cause in the digital realm.
Honestly,
Speaking of which, where the hell is Malcolm?
Malcolm.
Hey Malcolm, where are those Stephen King cliches?
Hey, I dropped it off outside your office. They said they condensed all the cliches into one easy symbol.
Hey, that works. Thanks a lot.
Oh. Johnny Walker.
Happy Halloween, a time of deadly spirits.
Pretty much.
God, that's good.
Well, there you go.
Weird human spontaneous combustion thing.
Oh, there you go. Lawnmower Man, which, honestly, there were some good ideas. I think it just got held back. Like, trying to be a Stephen King movie. Or, you know, like, I get it, but I think if they just went, like, a different direction, it could have worked. But here, I guess they were too busy trying to emulate Stephen King. They just didn't realize, hey, why don't we just make our own movie? I mean, the fact that he left, and he had to sue to get his name off, like, wouldn't that be a big clue to be like, okay, we gotta rework this thing. No Stephen King, let's just see if we can make it work, you know? I don't know why they insist on keeping the name in, which, again, not a lot of reason for. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed that one. Till next time, like, subscribe for more. See ya.